Hi guys, this is Dee with Black Conspiracy TV, BADTV, Entertainment News, the real news you can use and trust. So recently I was watching CNN, MSNBC, and even Fox News regarding the current issue with soon-to-be former Secretary of Labor, Alex Acosta, and the convicted pedophile and child rapist, Jeffrey Epstein. How did we get to this point? This man was convicted of soliciting prostitutes, even though those so-called prostitutes were under the age of 17. There are reports of girls as young as 15 and 14 having sexual intercourse with a grown man, which is 100% against the law. So how did we move from children being abused by an adult, being raped by an adult, being molested by an adult, to young girls who are prostitutes? This story is 100% disgusting on its face. The worst part of this story is that our president, Donald J. Trump, has not come out stated that Alex Acosta, when he gave Jeffrey Epstein a light sentence of 13 months, basically he was supposed to report to the county jail, but the reality is that Jeffrey Epstein was free more than he was incarcerated. Technically, he really didn't serve any time. One would think that the President of the United States, who is also a father, who has a daughter, would step up and say, this is atrocious, this is a disgrace, this is wrong, and we will not allow this to happen. President Trump said nothing. His former friend, as he said, that he had an issue with 15 years ago, he said nothing. This is the same man that President Trump called a very fine guy. A guy who liked to party, a guy who enjoyed his life, and a guy who enjoyed women as much as he did, and also enjoyed younger women. There's something fundamentally wrong with our leader. The Republican Party hasn't stepped up to condemn the president's inability to even speak out against something so atrocious as child trafficking. Trafficking young girls across state lines, across international lines, for the sole purpose of sex. Even though this is something that many of our government officials, our elected officials, have championed, and they have stood up for the laws, saying that child trafficking is wrong and that we're not going to stand for it. They have spoken time and time again about the southern border being fortified so that we don't have to worry about people coming into the country and stealing our children and trying to sex traffic them. This is all of the rhetoric and the crap and the foolishness that President Trump has elected as his political footnotes. Something he keeps falling back to when he starts talking about immigration, protecting the children of the country, the citizens, making sure that people don't come in and traffic and take our children and sell them into sex slaves and things of that nature. But when you have a Caucasian billionaire who is a citizen, who is also a friend of Donald Trump, who has hung out with Donald Trump at Mar-a-Lago and also in New York and probably Trump Towers, when you have a man of means, a powerful man, of course we know Donald Trump loves powerful men. When you have a powerful man who is in the position of sex trafficking young girls, we know ages 14 to 16, where is Donald Trump? If he believes that a Mexican or a Salvadorian or an African, anyone of color, any brown person gonna traffic children, then it's a problem. But when it comes to his friends, we hear nothing from our president. And I believe that's a big problem. We didn't elect Donald Trump to sit in office and pad his pockets and save his friends from the foolishness and the laws that they've broken, and also for his friends to save him. That is not why we elected the president. We elected the president to represent us, to represent our best interests as citizens, and not just to simply represent himself. There is something truly and fundamentally wrong in this nation when we don't stand up for the rights of children, when we don't stand up and make sure that people like Alex Acosta, who apparently got something out of the whole deal, allowing Jeffrey Epstein to go free, basically. Something is wicked and terribly wrong with this story. Donald Trump started off his campaigning talking about the deep state swamp, talking about all of the bad players and the bad actors in government. From my seat, where I stand, my own personal views, I believe that Donald Trump knows where all the bad actors are because he's been right in cahoots with them the whole time. I believe that on the Democratic and the Republican side, there are bad actors. I believe there are people who are indebted to Trump and people Trump is indebted to. And that is the reason why no one can seem to figure out how to stop this roller coaster ride and the shenanigans that keep occurring on President Trump's watch. I guess we'll have to wait and see if the little black book that they recently talked about names any senators' names, Republican or Democrat, names any congressman's names, Republican or Democrat. I guess we'll have to wait and see, because from where I sit, I believe that we have some really rotten people in our government. And I believe that we, the people, need to take a look at those who we've elected to represent us, and we need to decide, are these people actually looking out for our best interests? Are they looking out for the United States of America? Are they looking out for this country that we love so much, we cherish and respect so much? Or are they looking out for themselves? Because if we don't make that decision, these same greedy, corrupt politicians will destroy, has withstood the test of time. If we don't stand up and say enough is enough and go to the ballot boxes and vote some of these people out who are liars and thieves, then we will not have a leg to stand on, and we won't be able to complain to anyone when our rights, when our Constitution, and when our country is destroyed. Think about this when it's close to time to vote. Think about what has already happened. Think about what we have 4 more years that could potentially come if we don't do something now. Oh, guys, we're in a mess in this country right now. We need to be serious. We need to look at what's going on around us. Senator Mitch McConnell is not as powerful as he is in the Senate for no reason. People are not talking for a reason. They're not talking because they're enjoying the fruits of their silence. And that's on the Democrat and the Republican side. So we need to take a good look, a good long hard look at those who say they're representing us. And we need to start matching up what they've actually accomplished with the lies that they continuously tell. And if they're not doing their jobs, we need to get rid of them and find someone who will. All right, guys, remember to vote. Remember that the United States of America is what it is today because of those people who sacrificed their lives for our country, and because of the collective efforts of each and every one of us, black, white, brown, yellow, regardless of your color. We all come together to make this nation what it is. This is D with Black Conspiracy TV, BADTV, Entertainment News. The real news you can use and trust. Please remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Also, be sure to click the notification bell so you won't miss any of my episodes as I drop them. All right, guys, remember, keep your eyes open and your ears sharp. See you later, guys. Bye. Hi guys, this is D with Black Conspiracy TV, BADTV, Entertainment News, the real news you can use and trust. So recently I was watching CNN.